Jones. I am back with another one. I don't know if I'm gonna do signs for this one or what. I know I was just reading something or listening to one of these readings, and she was. No, you know what? It wasn't even a reading. It wasn't a reading, y'all. I was listening to something on IG. And the guy was saying how pictures were passed around, people were talked about, toyed with, and that was the whole purpose, to play with this person, to toy with them before they did away with them. In a sense, I feel like that was kind of how I was done. I don't know what pictures were passed around, but it wouldn't surprise me because I felt like they had cameras in my house anyway. People would say things regularly, responding to things I was doing in my house. So I know they had cameras in my house, and I know they were watching me more than just regular officers was watching me. So ain't no telling what they had at all and why they were watching me like they were watching me, but I feel like that's what they were doing. Anyway, 144 I just seen on the phone. I see that number a lot. A lot. Guess that's what they do. People people of God. Maybe the people of God call themselves doing that. It's so funny. Church people. Never know. You never know. You know, people want to be so bad. That's the trouble that I have with everything. So you either are or you aren't. But the way people move around here is like they want to be things they are not. And as long as you can pull the wool over people's eyes, you can make it look like you're something that you're not. As long as you can get a certain amount of money in your pocket, you can make it look like you're something that you're not. And especially here where I am right now, I feel like it's a lot of that going on. And so it's a lot of stuff I was working on that I feel like has been stolen. Not only that, I mean, a lot of stuff that I used to think I've already seen it out there already. Several different people, like many different people, established people, people who you would think have their own brain, their own ideas, and they can come up with stuff on their own because they're making their own money. That's not the case. That is not the case. So I can imagine a lot of my stuff has been stolen already. But the fact that it's been this long and still nothing is being done about anything that's going on. I'm ready to find me an attorney, y'all. I keep saying that. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything about me finding an attorney. Anyway, I've been looking already. Oh, ain't got nothing else to do on here. I'm going to assume you meant background. Maybe you just can't spell it. Anyway, Holy Spirit, archangels, allow me to channel the messages from the energy surrounding us. already seen the camera. I've already seen comments. What am I supposed to notice? What camera? The camera that I'm talking in? AI. AI. Something going on with AI. It says imprisonment. Shame. Somebody could be ashamed of something that they done. Somebody could be going to prison, or maybe they feel ashamed for doing something to you, causing you some type of problems in your life. I know I've been caused a whole lot of problems. My life went from good to hell, from sugar to shit. In just a little short amount of time, y'all. It's okay, I'm picking it back up now. You're getting it back together, but it's sad there's so many people out there who call themselves community service people. So many people out there who say they are for the community, and they really are not. What they for is the money. That's what they're for. The look of things. As you wouldn't believe the amount of people who has been in my energy, who's more than capable of doing something, even so much as telling me what's going on, and they haven't said anything or done anything. But they'll try to get in your energy, though, because they know you have good energy and they can win with that energy. How it brings good luck to people. So they'll do stuff with your energy. They try to siphon it. They want to be in it. They'll do stuff with your energy. They try to imitate it. You'd be surprised the people who I've seen imitate me and the things that I do and the things that I think. Like I said, people who you would never think would even be watching me because they have so much of a life of their own, right? Wrong. That's probably how they get the life of their own. By watching people in their energy, by imitating people who everybody can't see. It's a lot of times why you find that certain people are shadow banned while other people are just living their best life out here on the internet. Because it's something that's probably been stolen from that person. It's an image that they're trying to portray that doesn't belong to them. It's somebody else's image. And they want you to see them and not the person who they actually stealing it from. I'm telling you, down to someone's essence. They'll steal it. Anyway. Something here about a gold digger. Somebody could be going to prison here. Or somebody could just be ashamed of something that they done here. And I don't know why. Own up to it. Own up to it. If it's you, it's you. It's so funny how people have been kind of going out the way. I've said they've kind of slowly revealed my whole entire life, everything that I've ever done since I first came out of my mother's womb. Every single thing that I've done, y'all. Imagine that. And so I've gotten to the point now where it doesn't, It used to be, and I probably still am to a certain extent. I was going to say I used to be a very private person, but who's ever been in my energy hasn't allowed me to be so private. They shadow ban my stuff. They don't want me to be too much out there, but they slowly try to reveal things that I've done in my life, and they've done this, like revealed every single thing, like I said, down to the point that I popped out of my mother's womb. Because I guess, I don't know, this whole public humiliation thing, they try to make you look a certain way. Yeah, they try to make you look a certain way around people because they want you to be stuck in a certain situation. So first they drag your life to hell, and then they try to make you look a certain way so they could pretend like you did it to yourself, like they didn't do it behind the scene. I feel like my family has a lot to do with this, but I can tell you right now, it's been some very popular people whose name I won't mention on here. And maybe I will mention them eventually after I get my attorney, after I find out what's safe to say and what's not. But it's been some very popular people, very well known people, who I feel like have something to do with this as well. If nothing else, like I said, at least the imitation portion of it. Seemed like people have just stepped in and stolen what they wanted to steal from me. It says sage, so let me get my sage. Somebody glasses. Somebody left their glasses in my car. I feel like the justice system has played their role in it. Like a lot of people have played their roles in the stuff that's been going on and what has not been going on. But it's cool. I've gotten to the point now where I just want to find me an attorney. And they say, ask for help when you need it. And so this is my way of putting it out there to those of you who not just on here just for BS, because I know it's a few of y'all who just come on here just to talk noise and say little smart things. And notice I don't even bother to try to block you. Say all you want. It just brings more people to here anyway. There's more people in the chat talking to themselves. Um, anyway, I need an attorney. Civil rights attorney. Probably a family attorney. See intellectual property here. I'm sure I probably had a lot of that stolen. It's when they first started doing the things that they were doing to me while I was in my house. I was in the middle of writing books, several books. I had just finished one of them, which was, I felt like would be a very popular one because of the music. Um, not so much as music, but because of some of the lyrics that were in the book. Some of the words, the way things were worded in the book, kind of made it fun for people, for the adults and for the children to be able to read. Anyway, I know since I have been constantly watched, I can imagine a lot of my stuff was stolen outside of my personality and the things that I think, which I've seen stolen. I can imagine what's been stolen from me that I actually completed, like those books. I think I had a total of like 5 of them, but only 2 I wrote to completion. Very good, may I add, but yeah. I can imagine if they stealing stuff like my words that I use, my thoughts when I think stuff, the things that I post on the page that they have shadow ban. They got all my pages shadow ban. They let through what they want to let through. You know, at a certain point, my pages were doing very well. It was moving on up. It would have gotten there. Hell, at this point, it probably would have been where I was trying to take it to at this point. But it was shadow banned. And unlike a lot of people, you know, sometimes when your things are shadow banned, you're able to kind of pull yourself out of it. Well, it's been a couple of years for me. Very obvious. I'm not gonna pull myself out of it. And so I don't even bother to really post on them anymore because I feel like it's for nothing. Never mind the fact that I actually had a business when I was posting on it, and it was a business page, but they've done stuff to kind of shut my whole business down, to shut down everything I was doing, every single thing that I was doing, and just allow people to watch me and steal from me what they wanted to steal. And so I can imagine, especially my books that I wrote, it's probably somebody out there claiming that they wrote it. Somebody out there claiming that they are me. Somebody out there saying that I'm crazy and they're the one that's coming up with all of these good ideas that I haven't been able to do anything with because of the situation that they have purposely put me in. But it's cool. It's cool. I talked about this 1,000 times on here. So it's doesn't make sense to keep talking about it. Y'all can go back and watch some of my old videos because I've definitely talked about it several times over again. I think I'm just at the point now where I just want an attorney. That's all. And so today, tomorrow, especially tomorrow, because I can actually call and do consultations, I'm definitely going to be looking for me an attorney. For the bigger people who I know have been watching, and for the smaller ones as well. Identity theft here. Now that keeps coming out. Someone stole someone's identity. Security is right behind it. So I don't know, what is this, like a trust or something that was left? It takes me back to the inheritance that was stolen. Did someone have to steal someone's identity in order to steal this inheritance from them? Trying to ruin your reputation here, spread rumors. Air signs. No, it's so funny. It's so funny because air signs is the ones that, yeah, there's some big name air signs who aren't as real as they say they are. But I'm gonna hold back on that for a while. Hold back on that for a while. People who try to make it seem like you're the crazy ones when, again, because they have so much money, it's easy for them to look like they aren't liars, they aren't thieves, they aren't wannabes. But the truth is, that's exactly who they are. It's so funny that people can be who they want in public and them true selves come out behind closed doors. That 144 again. Just said I see that a lot. There it goes again. Just get out. Could be about an interracial couple. Something could have also happened again, says disturbing discoveries. This could be someone's parents who's doing this. Royalty here. I don't know. Someone calls themselves royalty. Someone's stolen someone's identity here. Something is protected. Yeah. Security. So maybe that's what the security is. Something is protected, or someone is protected. I see credit card here. This could have definitely been over some type of money. Somebody stolen some identity. Maybe they're trying to set someone up to make it look like. I was just listening to something and she was saying that just because you've made these fake online accounts doesn't mean that it's the actual person. And so when people are looking into it, they're going to know that it's not this person because this person has documents on where they've been and what they've done and probably the money that they spent. And so these fake accounts are just going to lead back to this person. So somebody could have definitely stolen your identity and created some type of fake accounts, could have even tried to get some type of credit card. The accounts could be online. This AI right here. Somebody could be a gold digger. They're in it for the money. This person's in it for the money. You know, a lot of people who are in it for the money. Believe it or not, the people who are in it for the money be the first ones to actually get the money. And it's because they're willing to do absolutely anything for it. But something is protected here. And so I don't know whether this is the interracial couple who's doing this or their parents who are doing this. Somebody's parents could be doing this. Stolen someone's identity here. I see growing apart. Someone could be growing apart from someone. I also just seen a sign as I was shuffling. I just seen Libra. I made a mistake. Someone feels like they made a mistake. Yeah, identity theft is a big mistake. I would explain this card here says imprisonment. Somebody could be going to prison. Someone could definitely be going to prison here. Old money. Didn't I just finish saying, y'all? Didn't I just finish saying this? It'd be people with the money who you never expect that would even do such things. Don't get me wrong. People without money do it too. Broke people, poor people, they do it too. But those are the ones who you expect to do certain things. You don't expect people who have old money to be doing things like stealing, like identity theft. You don't expect people with old money to go out of their way to keep doing things to get more money. You know, I think it was T.I. song. I don't think I actually know. I listen to a lot of his music. He was saying you're unhappy with the riches because you piss poor morally. I think that is the case here. Yeah, that's definitely the case here. Somebody's unhappy with the riches that they had. They were unhappy with this old money right here. Morals in the wrong place. Lack of integrity here. And so they did something else. Some type of identity theft to probably try to steal something from somebody else. And so you can have someone going lack here in a lack situation because someone with old money, someone who's already established, has went out the way to steal something from somebody. Not only that, Wasn't I just talking about this as well? Copycat, imitation. Somebody catfishing someone. Somebody pretending to be something that they're not. Copying off a person who they were stealing from. See, intellectual property already, so we know something could have been stolen. It has to do with intellectual property. Something's under investigation too. I keep saying they stole it. They stole it. They stole something here. An Aquarius could have had something to do with this. See an Aquarius right here. Somebody's having a mental breakdown because they're probably fearing going to prison over stealing whatever this is. It says don't trust them. Person is a liar. They're manipulative. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 19. A slanderer goes about revealing confidential talk. Don't associate yourself with one who loves to gossip. So these people were probably gossiping. They've been telling lies on you. Again, we already seen spreading rumors, trying to ruin your reputation. So they stole your identity to steal something from you. After they stole whatever this was from you, or maybe while or before they stole whatever this was from you, they set out to ruin your reputation so that people would not look at you and believe you over them, so that people could believe these people with this old money and feel like you weren't a person who was trustworthy because you had no money. And like I said, people will, you expect people who appear to be poor to do certain things. You don't expect people who are already well established to be doing certain things. And so, even if you were well established, like myself, had everything good going for you, had money in the bank saved, was able to take trips when you wanted to, doing what you wanted to do, your car almost paid off, your living situation was fine, you can go and do what you want to do. Even if you were well established like me, these people probably did something to cause you some type of instability in your life. I haven't got that yet, but that's what I just know. They done something to cause some type of instability in your life. This is not people who just told lies on you, not people who just spreaded rumors. They were trying to ruin your reputation. They were trying to make you look a certain way. And so if you were well established on your own, especially if you were well established on your own. You didn't have a second person helping you do anything. You didn't have any help with your business or any help with your house or any help paying your bills. You didn't have a man doing it. You didn't have a woman doing it. Especially if you were doing it on your own, they had to do something to create some type of instability in your life. So it'd be more believable when they said whatever they were saying about you, so they can get away with whatever this was that they were trying to steal. Again, this is people with money already. These are people who are established already. Imagine that. Now they're worried about going to prison. Now somebody's worried about going to prison. Why? Because what they did was smart, not wise. Intelligence is one thing, wisdom is another. Sometimes when you have the knowledge to do things, you need to have the wisdom to know when to do it and when not to do it. They lack the wisdom here. They felt like you were somebody they could easily get over. They felt like you were somebody they could easily play. Probably because you're a loner like myself. Probably because it's easy to pay certain family members around you to not say anything, to act like they didn't see anything, to act like they didn't know anything. Because people need money. People want money. People want to be included in around people who they feel like have a certain type of status here. And so you could have had certain family members that help contribute to this theft. So far, who we have out here: Scorpio, Aquarius. I don't know if the card said air signs or Gemini. And I know I said I seen a Libra out here as well. I think it was a Gemini because I remember saying it. It's so funny that that's actually who I was thinking about when I said certain people with statuses go out the way to imitate you. It's so funny those cards popped out the way it did. And so you have people with statuses here working with your family members to steal something from you. They've stolen your identity. They've started this smear campaign in the city to make you look like you were a certain thing, you were unbelievable, you were not trustworthy, to make it look like you were just a liar. They needed to make you look bad. And so for me to be talking about what I was just listening to about the pictures being passed around, um, how people were trying to drag your name before they just finished you. I don't really know why I start off talking when I start these videos, why certain things be heavy on my mind, but I always figure out why in the process. And so it's no surprise to me that this would come out the way it did. Because every time I start off a video talking about something, the cards just come right behind it to support exactly what I'm talking about. I just seen they were paid to do it. Somebody was paid to do something. Pisces could have been involved. Yes, they were paid to do this. People who had old money was trying to get more money. So people who are greedy, people with no morals, no integrity, people coming up against their own family, working with people who wasn't family. Like I said, when certain people are involved, you want to be connected to those people, at least for the clout chasers anyway. Yeah, the clout chasers, they want to be connected to those names. Hence the phrase, do anything for clout. People really do. They really do anything for clout here. All the time. Friends, family, even people who actually have the clout, people who actually have the status, you would even see them doing anything for more clout. You would see them acting in certain ways and doing certain things to be around other people who they feel like have more clout than them. I've seen it, y'all. I've seen it. Your average C, B, C, D list celebrities who are doing anything to be in the presence of that A list celebrity. I've seen it. Card says true story. I was thinking about, that's so funny. A card says true love, and I was thinking true story, y'all. True story. People do anything for clout. even when they have it already. Drama queen here. There is a drama queen. Says you feel as if someone's always watching. It's because they are. Because they've set out to make you look a certain way in public. They've stolen something from you. And so now they're watching to see what's about to come out, what's about to happen. Because I'm sure whatever they wanted to happen, what they thought would happen, hasn't happened. People were trying to get rid of you. They were trying to get rid of you. They were trying to get your name from out of the spotlight. And so if you were like me, growing a following, starting businesses, meeting different people who have their own statuses, then they wanted to kill that. They wanted to kill that. Especially these people who were clout chasing themselves. They not only wanted to kill it, but they wanted to be that. They wanted to be that. That in which you are. They wanted to be you. And so if it was money that they stole, they had to make sure you wasn't able to get that money. Why? Because you were already building for yourself. You were already doing well without that money. You were already well established. You were already building businesses. You were already writing books. You were already doing all these good things without the money. And now you get the money. Now you get the money. We can't let her get the money or him get the money. We can't let them sell these books. We can't let somebody else see that they actually have sense, that they're not as stupid as we said they were, that they aren't these people, that kind of person that we've lied and made it look like they were. Now, we can't let that get out that they write books, that they are established on their own, that they don't seek validation from anyone. We can't let it get out that they are actually smart. They actually have intelligence beyond ours. We can't let it get out that we are actually the thieves and they're the one that's working hard behind the scenes to get stuff done here. I see white right here. Angels also. White and angels. Purification. Somebody's name could also be white. They might be going to see these angels soon. I seen jail, outside influence. Somebody may have again convinced somebody to do something. And so we've already established that this was more than one person working together. It was some old money here, meaning some people who were already established. And there probably was some people who weren't so established on their own. Or maybe some people with a status and some people without a status. Some people who were still trying to build a name for themselves. But you may have been doing a better job than them. Earth signs. See, you'll win that race that you didn't even know you were running because these people were doing this behind your back. I heard a reading one time, and that's what she was saying. These people were doing stuff behind your back, and so you didn't even have a chance to respond. You did not even have a chance to react, to tell your side of the story, because everything was being done behind your back, and you did not know what was being done or who it was coming from or why they were doing it. All you probably knew is all of a sudden you start being watched heavily. All of a sudden people who used to like you acting like they don't like you anymore. All of a sudden, where your pages were growing, they're all of a sudden shadow banned. Nothing's growing anymore. Where your businesses were moving, all of a sudden, you don't have businesses anymore. Where your money was looking good, so good you almost had a down payment for a house, and now you have zero in your bank account. All you know is one minute you were stable on your own and able to travel to different countries when you felt like it at the drop of a dime whenever you wanted to now you can barely travel up the street. Just as somebody could be seeing those angels soon enough. Karma is karma. Because these people tried to destroy someone for no reason, out of jealousy, out of envy. People who are already established again and happy with the riches because you're piss poor morally. You are unhappy with what it is that you already have. When you're faithful with a little, God will give you a lot. But these people weren't even faithful with what it is they had. They wasn't grateful for what it was that they had. They wanted more. They wanted your money too. They wanted fame too. They wanted to look like they had businesses established. They wanted to look like they were smart enough to write these books. They wanted to look like they were smart enough to do the things that you were doing. They wanted to look like you weren't capable of doing what it was that you were doing, and they were stealing. And so they set out to do this. They tried to publicly humiliate someone here, tell lies on them, spread rumors on them, while they try to be them in the background. It's a closed case. If something was being investigated, they now know the truth. Someone here was addicted to the lifestyle. It's paid actors all around. People who are still watching. What's at the top of this other deck? Avarice. Having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Behind that, building alliances for power. They don't like the light that you carry. But I don't think it was the fact that they don't like the light that you carry. I feel like they don't like you to have it. They want it to be seen in this light. They wanted it to be then. And so they destroyed the person, or at least they tried to destroy the person. They felt like if they can shake their stability, then they can make them look a certain way, then they could take that light away from them and they could step into their position and make people look at them a certain way. Because y'all evidently are not smart enough to know what thieves look like. Because we so often judge the book by its cover. And let's say the person that they were stealing from is not a materialistic person. They are well established, but you may not be able to look at what they wear, the things they buy, and be able to tell that they are well established because they don't focus on those things. This person invests in themselves in a different type of way to be able to travel the world, to be able to create these businesses, to be able to write books. They invest in other things. Whereas these people who are clout chasing here and jealous and envious here, they invest in themselves by the clothes that they wear. the shoes that they wear, the way their hair is, the way they keep their nails done, the people who they hang around. And because a lot of people most of the time judge a book by its cover, they're looking at one person versus the other person, and everything that person, that materialistic person says is more believable. Never mind the fact that this other person wasn't even given a chance to defend themselves because they didn't know what was going on. Nobody ever spoke up about what's going on because they just listened to other people and they chose the side. And they chose the side of the people who looked like they had more going on. When in all actuality, the person who didn't look like they had more going on had the most going on. You know, it's one of those things like when you look at people with new money versus people who have been billionaires for years. And those billionaires, you may not be able to look at and tell that they're billionaires. They dress regular. Things they wear aren't fancy. They don't walk around with the jewelry on. They may even be wearing Walmart clothes. You'll never be able to tell they were billionaires, maybe until you went to their house and you seen how they were living at home. Well, it's a person who has this new money. In this case, this was old money too, though. But it may have not been old billionaires like this. These may have been people again, people who are still materialistic people, people without morals, people who invest in the wrong things. And so anyway, you look at these people with this new money and that's what you see. The Gucci, Louis, Prada. That's what you see on there. The best makeup money could buy. The best wigs money can buy. They always look like Beyonce at the concert every day of their lives. You rarely ever see them in sweatpants and a t-shirt because they have this show to put on, this front to put on for everybody else. They need to be seen in a certain light. They want you to look at them and think they are someone who they are not. They do it for the attention. They do it for the clout. And they were stealing from someone who didn't care about that type of stuff. Not because they needed it, but because they can. Because they were jealous, is what it was at the end of the day. Because they were envious. Because they had the power already to be able to do certain things. And so they used that power to do those things. They used that power to tear someone down, to tear someone's life down, to steal from a person who they didn't like because they wanted to be seen in that light. And so they tore that person down and then they tried to pretend to be that person. It's a bad investment. Bad investment. Because what they thought was going to happen didn't happen. Maybe they thought you were going to give up and just go lie down and die somewhere. They did not think you were going to keep pushing forward, that you were just going to try to reestablish yourself. They probably didn't think that you had the guts to keep pushing forward after they've told all these lies and spread all these rumors on you. People don't like you, so what could you be moving forward in? People are not gonna they're not gonna frequent your business. They're not gonna patronize your business because they don't even like you. They've heard all these reasons to not like you, and they've already chosen a side without even knowing you because they listened to the people who looked like they were trustworthy, when in all actuality, these people were liars. Luxury here, first class just popped out. These people are liars. And they got a bunch of people with them that either don't know any better or don't care that they're working with the liars and the thieves here. A lot of times, like I said, you can just pay people to do certain things. And since these people are already established, it was nothing for them to just pay people to try to do this here. That's what they did. It was a setup to steal something from somebody. And so they had to sabotage this person in order to be able to steal what they stole from them. I said this earlier, trying to stop your money. And so if you look like you were well established on your own without any help from anybody, and you were doing stuff on a much better than they would be able to do it, that you were coming up with ideas that they weren't being able to come up with, that your creativity topped theirs, they stole it. That's what happened at the end of the day. They stole it. They worked with people around you to steal something. Whether it was this interracial couple or one of the two of these interracial couple, their parents, one of their parents, and maybe they worked with their parents to help steal whatever this is. And so if their parents have some type of connections to a courthouse, some type of connections to maybe insurance, banks, which we know this is old money, and especially if they have some type of status about them, they probably know somebody and everything. Somebody wants to know them and everything. And so even if they don't know someone, if they just showed their face and people recognize them as being a celebrity, then it would be easy to just get someone to do what you wanted them to do in these cases. And so how many different places you got to know someone in to be able to steal something like an inheritance? Judge, attorney, police officers, probably got to know some basic people who need money, maybe a few crackheads so they could spread the rumors easily, a few people who really don't have anything. You got to get in touch with a few family members because it makes it more believable if we're working with the family too. Constantly sending negative energy to you. ADD. Somebody could have ADD, attention deficit disorder. Somebody can't focus on the same thing for too long without losing focus. Maybe that's why their creativity wasn't like yours. But it was nothing for them to make it look like it was on your level. These people are not on your level. They are not on your level. They want to be, though. And unfortunately, there's some people out there that's easily fooled. Unfortunately, there's some people out here who are easily fooled. Y'all should do y'all's research before y'all just jump in with somebody. Evidently, your parents didn't teach you any better. Because I know when I was a child, I used to hear things like, if your friends jumped off the building, you're going to jump off with them. I feel like that's the case here. Somebody did something stupid and took a whole lot of people with them. A whole lot of people. Whole community, a whole city full of people with them. Everybody believed what this person said, and that the truth is this person was jealous. Truth is this person's envious. The truth is this person is a liar and a thief. And it doesn't matter that they're in this entertainment industry or that they are connected to people, a person's family who they lied and stole from. Because everybody, a little bit of everybody probably got some of this money. It's probably issued out amongst a whole community of people. And so now you got a whole community of people who are going to lie to the death of them because they don't want to be caught up in this trap. They don't want to be caught up in this trap. filing fake reports I just seen. And they connected to people you know. I just seen something may have been caught on camera as well. And so regardless of whether they lie to the end about it or not, something still may be coming out. Because something may be caught on camera. Maybe the people they have following somebody. I see BMF here. Time. Time could have ran out for them to do something. They may have been trying to set someone up. I see feet here. Something could be going on with someone's feet, or they could have had people on foot walking, doing certain things. A practitioner could have used a practitioner again to send this bad energy, to do some spell work to make somebody look a certain way. Again, they could have had somebody blacklisted. So if you were well established before and you were doing your own thing before, they not only stopped your businesses, probably stole some of the things you were creating, but they made sure you couldn't get a job because you had to look like you were unstable. You had to look exactly like they were saying that you were. So if they were spreading rumors and saying that you were, let's say, a prostitute who was homeless, who couldn't take care of yourself, who was a beggar, they had to make you look like that prostitute that was homeless, that can't take care of yourself, that beg people for money all the time. They had to make you look just like that. It's corruption as well. And so, like I said, people in the system could have actually helped them do this. And so this could include police officers. This could be people in the justice system, lawyers, attorneys, judges, I don't know, insurance brokers, people who worked inside of banks. Because remember, these people have a status, and people are very quick to work with people with a status. These are snakes here. You never trust a snake. The whole city was working with snakes. And a lot of the city probably is snakes. Some people probably very well knew what they were doing. They knew that they were telling lies on a person. They knew that they were stealing from a person. It didn't matter because they were going to benefit from it. And the chances of them being caught was slim to none because these people have a status, and you know what? You have none. But you got something coming in to you. It's unexpected income here. Maybe from these people who thought they weren't going to get caught because evidently an investigation was done. Somebody here was conceited. Maybe they thought you were conceited. Maybe that's why they did this to you. They felt like you thought too highly of yourself. You know, like I said, a person who's doing everything on their own, who don't need anyone else, who's doing very well on their own. Maybe they looked at you and felt like your self-esteem was too high. We need to bring her down a notch or him down a notch. There is an appointed time when the holy ones will get back everything that they lost. Everything that they lost. Why you do that? Only thing they won't get back is their time. Their time that they put into different things. The time that was wasted with them not being able to move forward with anything. But maybe this right here will compensate you for your time. Still not going to get rid of the headache. Probably the PTSD that you have from being followed around. The heartache that you have for being lied on. Rumors spread on you. It's not going to do anything about that. You can't take that back. It's already done. And you know, once certain people form opinions on you, those opinions don't change. First impression is everything. And so you can have people looking at you a certain way till the day you die because of these people. Because they just felt like just because they could, because they were jealous, because they were envious, and because they had the power right at their fingertips, they were just going to steal from you and make you look stupid. Somebody's mother-in-law could have definitely played a part in this. Didn't I say it could have been someone's parents here? Someone's parents could be connected to the justice system. Judges, lawyers, maybe the DA. Who else works in the justice system, y'all? I don't know. I don't really have experience in that. I've never been to jail before. I don't have experience in that. Court is not the place I frequent. That's for a traffic ticket or something, and I haven't had one of those in years, so I don't really know who's in the courthouse. But these people have connections, and so they do. They know exactly who they needed to get with in order to make this be successful. They knew exactly what police officers they had to use, who would take a bribe. They knew exactly what judge would take a bribe. They knew exactly what people in the banks would take a bribe. Probably knew exactly which one of your family members would take a bribe. Somebody being made to be a believer. If they weren't a believer before, they're going to be one before this is over with. Air signs. See body odor right behind this. Says you should let me love you. I see auto repair right here. They could have done something to your car. Again, it goes back to they had to make you look exactly like they were saying you were. And so they could have made you lose your car. They could have made you lose your businesses. They could have made you lose your job. They could have made you lose your house. They had to make you look unstable. And so imagine losing all those things at one time. At one time. They probably thought you were just going to lay down and die. They probably thought you were going to be too embarrassed after all the rumors that they spread, after all the lies that they told, to be able to do anything. People violated your civil rights, and now they're somewhere depressed. And y'all probably thinking they should be another D word because of how they killed all your stuff you had going on. But hey, I just seen drugs. Somebody could be on drugs here. Somebody could definitely be on some type of drugs. Maybe that person. Don't wear yourself out trying to gain wealth. I feel like this was something you worked hard for. You put in a lot of work to do the things that you were doing for these people to come in and tear it all down just because they can, just because they had access, just because they had the resources to be able to do it, just because they didn't want you to be seen in a light that they wanted to be seen in themselves. Can't make it up, y'all. I just cut the deck on this again. There is an appointed day and time when the Holy Ones will get back everything that they lost. And I'm not talking about when they establish their place here on earth when they are the rulers of this earth. I'm talking about during this lifetime. For you ones that have lost so many things messing with people who are piss poor morally. Yeah. Again, it's in somebody's life purpose. Maybe this is something you had to go through. Maybe you had to go through this to expose these people who you've exposed. Maybe these people have really big names to them, like I said at the beginning. And you had to be the one to do it. Maybe you appear to be the easy target for them because you are doing things by yourself, because your family had pretty much already turned their back on you when they seen how good you were doing because they were already jealous. Or they seen you moving by yourself. They seen you had no family. They seen you had no friends. They seen you when you were out and you were always by yourself, and they felt like you were an easy target. How could you carry this knowledge, this wisdom that they clearly don't have because these are not wise people? How could you be so connected to the Most High? How could you be so creative and building all of these things that you're building on your own? And we can't even do it. And there's 100 of us working together. Mighty could be a Leo here. Again, civil rights was completely violated. But this is in your life purpose, to bring these people down, to show who these people truly are behind closed doors. They definitely could have stolen some type of inheritance or some type of life insurance policy. So you can have whatever you like, or unexpected income. Yeah. Addicted again. Somebody's addicted to the lifestyle here. And so they were going to take what was yours to help them live the lifestyle that they wanted to continue to live. And you have some people who judge just the book by the cover, regardless of the saying, because again, smart but not wise people. And so they very much so judged the book by its cover. And they looked at these people, they looked at the cover, and thought this was a good book. Meanwhile, they looked at your cover and felt like, yeah, this was a bad book to read. When in all actuality, it was the other way around. Contentment, perfection. This is a family. A family of people who did this to you. Could be somebody else's family working with your family. Perfection is probably what you'll have when this is all over. When you reestablish yourself, when you get back what they stolen from you. That's how they had you. It's Hierophant here. Could have even been a business. These people could have a business working together. These could be business owners, a boss, a CEO. Funny, I seen that card, but I never did mention it. I just left it alone. People who are in a marriage, people who are well established, people with in a marriage, people with businesses. Some bad news coming to them. This is how they had you. Bound and tied up. Bound. Can't see anything. While they were betraying you left and right, doing things to set you up left and right, telling lies on you left and right. That's what all those swords are. And so here you are, don't have a clue what's going on, why you're losing things all of a sudden, why nothing's working out for you all of a sudden when everything was going so perfect. Blindsided by this. That's what you were. You didn't see this coming. You were exactly like they wanted you to be. They didn't want you to see this coming. See this person here giving orders to these people. People just doing what they're told. So you got a few people at the top who's making commands, and you got probably a whole lot of people at the bottom. You only see two here, but I'm sure there was way more than two. Got to be more than two to steal something like this. I just cut the deck on DA. People just taking orders. Somebody could be bald. One of these people who were taking orders could have been bald. To backstab and betray you, to steal something from you, to cause you to lose everything. So it wasn't bad enough that they stole everything from you. They had to cause you to lose what you were building for yourself. They had to steal your ideas as well. They had to steal your businesses that you created as well. They had to steal your creativity with the books that you wrote as well. I just seen Gemini. Somebody could be bisexual here. Yeah. Taking their anger out on others. It's a scam. I can tell you what's a scam. They're a scam. They're a fraud. These people who did this. And they probably walk around looking like they're just well established, that they wouldn't do such a thing. And such a thing is exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. Why? Because they didn't want you to be seen in this light. They wanted this for themselves. Why didn't I think of doing that? Why aren't people paying attention to me like they used to? Hell, you may have even been getting somebody in the marriage attention. Confirmation. Could have been getting somebody's attention who they're used to having. Wasn't going for that. They had to make you look like trash and them look like they were these holier than thou people. So funny, that's not even connected to God. Not even connected to God, but they're this holier than thou people. They could have even brought the church into it. Church could have been involved. Got all those crosses on there. But you know what I always notice every time my attention is drawn to the crosses, I'm drawn to the ones on the feet, on the shoes here. And if you look at them, they look like upside down crosses. Do your research, find out what that means, that upside down cross. Because it's not of God. It's the complete opposite, to be exact. So you got people here really putting on a front. Now, I did a video the other day that said wolves in sheep's clothing. That's what you have here. If the sheep's clothing is the Louis Gucci Prada that they wear, because that's what seems to get everybody's attention. And remember, these are attention whores, these attention seekers. They have no morals. They have no value about themselves. Their value lies in what they have, the things they have, the things that they wear. It doesn't come from within. That's why they were so quick to copy, to imitate you, to try to steal your essence, to try to be who you are. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, y'all. I'm not gonna keep pulling on this. Already been over an hour anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'll be back.